Welcome back to Ladies Lounge. It's now time for our LL tips, which is Ladies Lounge tips. This is when our viewers actually write to us with questions or things that they're struggling with. So today, our LL tip is from a young lady. She said that 2 months ago, she saw her dad in a restaurant with a co-worker, a colleague of his. They were holding hands and doing all kinds of shenanigans. It was obvious that he was having an affair. So she did confront her dad, and her dad promised that he was going to end it. However, however, ladies and gentlemen, she recently found out through text messaging that the affair is still going on, and now she's kind of torn. She write to us to ask, is it time for her to tell her mom, or is it time for her to tell her mom, or should she just let it be? She's scared. The reason why she's asking is because she's scared to not want to break up her family. So I want to start with you, and Dio. What advice would you give to her based on what she said?
Hmm. That's a tricky one. I think, first of all, I would advise you to stick to your phone and not people's phone. Yeah, I don't think you have any business going through your dad's phone. Yeah, tell your dad this is the fact, this is what you know, and you're going to your mom. And maybe if he wants to save the marriage, then you will fix whatever he's messed up with. So just give him that chance.
But do you feel? I want you to just switch this around slightly. Yeah. Imagine it was the other way around. It was your wife, for example, somebody you love so much having an affair, and one of your children knowing about it. Would you want to know?
No, I would not want my child to be the one to tell me. At least if my child comes and say, I did try to talk to mommy to tell you, then it makes more sense. But I think she needs to go to her dad and tell the dad exactly what, if she feels or he feels like doing. Like he wants to go all the way to the mom. For me, I'm not for the child telling the mom, but if she had to, you can give mom a little clue, drop a little note with no name, and just drop some like that's the oh something. Just drop a piece of paper, give her a clue, give her something to think about, and then she can carry out an investigation if you don't want to be known. So like, but I think it's a bad idea.
Okay. Data, how would you snitch? Or how do you think she should say if she was
Well, I'm with Ndio. I don't think she should say, but
mm,
if you were to say, I think
hmm
it should be more in the lines of like having a conversation with mom. How are things with you and dad? When last did you do something nice for dad? I think it should come along those lines. I think,
I like that.
yeah, trying to find out really is mom even into that self, or is the man just trying to help himself? I wouldn't even expect my child to come and tell me that. I'll be embarrassed for myself and for my husband that my child come and tell me that daddy's child. I'll be so embarrassed. I'll feel like we've let the child down. So it will be more about my child now at this point.
I like that.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Stephanie, don't stay too quiet. I want to hear what do you say? What do you think? What's the best way to snitch in this situation, in your
There's no
view?
snitching. I just call your mother down, mom. This is what I've seen. This is what's happening. I don't know how to handle it. There's no need for me to start giving the child headache. It might be the only way I would not come out straight is if probably she's not sure or the information she received is not very clear. So maybe it's just a girl which is saying hello, hello, hi, hi. It's nothing really serious. But if it's a proper relationship that she's seeing that dad is having, there's no need for the hiding and seek, or find a way around it. What it is what it is. And the mother, every woman is strong enough to deal with a thing, and that might not be the first time that the man has done it before. He might have done it before, and the woman has handled it. So the onus on the child trying to find a way to. Sorry, if it was a friend, yes, I understand how you want to go around it. But if it's a mother, if it's my child, I would expect my child to come straight to me. Mommy, this is what's going on, and I'm worried. And the mother is strong enough to deal with it.
I'm more concerned about the child, right, in this situation, because this child doesn't know, in her eyes, dad and mom are dad and mom. They're fine, they're cool. So this is happening, dad is cheating now. And I don't feel like she should just jump in and say, Mom, Dad is cheating. She doesn't know. Maybe Dad and Mom had a problem even that she doesn't know about. Maybe Dad and
so how do you separate the child? So if a child is being abused, for example, if you're telling the child not to go straight and deal with the issue, if a child is being abused, she still dance around it. I think we have to send a clear message to children.
The only thing I think is an issue here, right, is to avoid making decisions with emotions. That's a big issue.
How is that emotion? Sorry, I am very passionate about this, because how can you tell children, for example,
that's why
we're making it very clear to children. Sorry, India, I'll let you talk. Making it very clear to children to say, if something is wrong, come out and talk about it. But then if something is wrong where the parents has done something, let's dance around it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think
you are interpreting what I'm saying wrong. I think your problem is that I'm saying she should talk to her dad.
Yeah.
Because that is also talking.
But she has already spoken. She has already spoken to her dad.
Quiet.
But she has already spoken. But she has already spoken to her dad, though, and he has.
Exactly.
So what things, what message are you passing to a child? So if, for example, she's been abused and she tells someone, no, but the person didn't listen, she should keep on. Then it's best to find a safe place, a safe person to speak to.
And if that child tells the mom and that situation eventually breaks the marriage, she should internalize it and say,
no, but that the mother would explain to the child is the dad's fault that went out.
Exactly.
So the fault of the relationship being broken, who broke the trust, is the man. The child was unfortunate to see it. So it's not the child's fault. So if it was a woman, the woman should explain to the child, it is not your fault. It's your father who hasn't taken responsibility for the marriage. So it's talking to the child. If I have it, God forbid, that's just sort of child needs some sort of counseling to help the child move the responsibility from them. It's the man that is at fault, and not the child and not the woman.
I think one major thing we've seen in all of this is safeguarding the child's feeling and trying to make sure that the child does not end up being hurt in the process of either telling or not telling. So either way, there are risks. So a choice has to be made. And I agree with you. I think the father should take responsibility. The fact that the moment he went outside of his marriage and started cheating means he's created a problem. That moment you do that means you've created a problem in your marriage. And sadly enough, this child has had to see it. If I was in that child's position, I think it will be best to tell your mom. And definitely I think your mom will be good enough to make you understand and say, you know what, thank you for telling me, and I want you to know whatever happens, it's not your fault. Dad and I will have a word with Dad, and Dad and I would deal with this in the best way possible. I would want to know if my husband is doing something, because I will feel it would hurt so much more for him to leave, and go end up with another woman. Meanwhile, I've been in the dark all this while.
I think I'm living in La La Land, but I just want to air out what I think, right? So if the man is cheating and it seems like the marriage is all right or the relationship is all right, but the man is cheating, I feel like my calmness and my being plain and taking the relationship with all my heart should be able to correct things, right? From his stance. My being sincere should be able to put things straight with him and draw him back. Maybe it's because I hate confrontation. I don't know. But as I said, maybe I'm living in La La
So
Land.
I don't understand. So if the man is cheating,
Yeah.
the plainness will bring him back and keep him. Is that what you mean?
Why are you saying it like that?
Oh my
I just wanted to
God.
be clear.
Yeah. Actually,
No, but the thing is, if you, maybe because you have never been in that situation, if you've been in that situation, you realize that if a man wants to cheat, even if you are Jesus, he will still cheat. If a man, even if you are if a man wants to cheat, so a man cheating sometimes is not in direct relation with the woman's behavior. Some men are cheaters and they want to cheat, and it has nothing to do with the woman. There's some times where it's maybe the woman is being misbehaving at home and the man goes out to get some solace. But there are other situations where it's not about the woman, it's just the way the man's nature. And in that situation, there's not really nothing you can do. No matter how much you're playing, no matter how much it doesn't work.
There are so many reasons why a guy cheats. It's just so many reasons. So it all depends on why he's doing it. But I know there are
What are some of the reasons that men cheat? That's interesting.
Yeah, first, some guys just can't help it. They just can't commit to one woman. There are many guys like that that just can't make that commitment. They just have to have an escape to do it somewhere else and go like, okay, yeah, and then go back to the person they care about. So it doesn't really matter if they love that person or not. And you have some other people like feel like they don't love the woman. Maybe they are there for different reasons. Could be for purpose or for financial reason. And then they meet somebody else that they have that spark and chemistry. They will cheat because of that. They could cheat because they don't love their wife anymore because maybe the chemistry went off, or the woman has let herself go, and then there's no sexual spark anymore, and then it goes out. There's so many reasons. So
first of all, there's no good reason for cheating. The man has already broken the relationship by going out, so it's not the child's responsibility, it's not the mother's responsibility, it's the man's responsibility. And vice versa, if the woman was cheating, it's going to be the woman's responsibility and not the child or the man's responsibility. So it's about taking responsibility. And I think one of my final points is for us to be clear to children on how to communicate. So if a child is being abused, we are teaching them to come out plain with anything they see. So we telling them, oh, tell your father or tell your father this way, is just passing the wrong message. So I believe that the child should complain to the mother, this is what's happening. And whatever happens, it's not her fault, it's the father's fault because he went out to cheat. That's what I have to say.
I mean, thank you so much for all your final words. I actually really like the fact that there's such different, diverse sort of takes into this matter. But again, I think you ladies all know where I stand. I really do stand with Stephanie on this. As a mom, one of the biggest thing that I try to do is teach my child how to communicate and how to speak up, being able to speak up and say when something is not right, when something is wrong. And also, one of the biggest thing I try to teach my children is how to take responsibility for their own actions. So I think the father should take responsibility for his own actions. If something is wrong, it's wrong. If something is right, is right. His actions are wrong. The child should not have had to face that in the first place. I think the moment you tell the child to not say because you don't know what's happening in mom and dad's relationship, that moment you've made it okay for the dad to continue his bad behavior. But thank you so much, India. It's been such a pleasure to have you with us.
Pleasure being here today.
Thank you so much, ladies, Data and Stephanie. Before I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Princess Nora and just say a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Princess Nora.
Until next time.
Bye. Bye.